So let's have a look at what we've got for today. So popped out today and picked this up. So we've got a big box here, we've got this big box here, this is the filter, this is the extractor, and we have a little toy in here to play with as well, all from Felder. So real top quality kit, not cheap but working. So let's we'll get it unboxed, I'll get it together, and then you don't need to see an unboxing or a putting together video for an extractor unless it's like mega difficult, and I don't think it all will be. So we'll get it put together and then we'll have a look. Cool. Okay, so this is where we're at really. This unit here is a Charnwood W691. Really nice bit of kit. I mean, I picked this up with the 1 micron filter for like £300 off of eBay, direct from the company. So what's 300 quid? Maybe $425, and it's 1500 watt. I did have to modify it slightly at the bash. I don't know if you can see that. This is a 6-inch. I have a 6-inch duct running down, and it had a 125mm hole, or inlet, sorry, had an inlet, had a 125mm inlet, so 5-inch inlet, and I've run a 6-inch steel ducting, twisty steel ducting all the way around. So it worked but didn't sort of work. So the problem I've had is the bearing that's going in here. Obviously the bearing that they're using is not sized to pull that amount of air, so the bearing's starting to go in it. We have had one issue at the top here where there's a little rubber, you can see I've chucked over some stock in it here. There's a little rubber seal here, and as you can see, all of the dust has started to come out. So that kind of sucks. So we were like umming and ahhing whether we were going to get a new unit or not, and then we got this drum sander, which I really genuinely do love. I mean, this thing, right, is an absolute beast. It's an Accidents to Trade dual drum sander, but the problem is obviously we've got 2 outlets here. It comes across, down and straight into the extractor. Now I haven't got a blast gate in here, which I should have put in really. We're going to install that today, and I think that's part of the problem, but I also think part of the problem is the extractor, even though it's supposed to be meaty enough, isn't meaty enough. So I mean, we all know the BS that goes on with extractor companies saying it will give you so many cubic foot per minute, and here you go man, let me take it around, where they say it will give you so many cubic foot per minute and it won't, and or cubic meters cubed per minute or per hour. I don't know, there's so much BS out there. Point being is it should work, it doesn't work. Probably my fault for expecting it to work, but it's had a good run. It's had 18 months. How long have we been in here? 18 months, yes. It's had 18 months use out of it. Solid use, which it isn't meant for. So if you're in the market for a like a hobby grade, like you work on the weekends, you do a bit of fun every now and again. I'm just trying to sort of focus out, I swear my face. Oh, that arm was just really fat. That's better. Yeah, so if you're in the market for something to use in your shed or your workshop or something, I would definitely recommend it. For trade use, not so much. So okay, cool. So we'll have a quick run through it then, because I'm always trying to remind myself that what may seem simple and normal to me may not necessarily seem simple and normal to a lot of you guys. So, or something that you've dealt with before. So what have we got? We've got bags, special Felder bags. I paid extra. We've got this section here which connects to the cartridge filter in there. That's so that we can turn it. Obviously it's an added extra, not one that I was prepared to go without. We've got some fittings, wheels, brackets. We've got the big Jubilee clip to clamp. Okay, yeah, so it does come with a, I think it's a 25 or 30 micron felt filter, but that's no good really for working in here. You need a decent, I'll show you the filter in a sec, but we've got an M-class filter in it. So yeah, so that's there to hold that on. We'll probably need that to hold that on as well. Here's the unit in here. So you have your single phase motor down here, it does come in 3 phase as well, needs to be wired up and sorted out. You've got the drop down for the bags, and oh yeah, this is where the filter goes, and then the bags go in the back here, but we'll get that out in a second. And this is the filter. So as you can see, right, this is a 4 foot high filter, 1.2 meters. So obviously the higher it is, the more filter paper there is in there, so a higher surface area, so you get more filtration for the amount of space that you go in. So more filtration means you're going to have cleaner air, and it means that you can push more air through the system, because obviously a tiny little filter at the top here is always going to be a like a choke point on the amount of air that this can suck and then push up and out here. So yeah, cool. I'll get this together then and have a look. Okay, yeah, so like I said, it was fairly simple. You've got your 4 legs, you've got your base plate, there's 4 casters, and it all just attaches to this, and that's basically it really. You put the 4 casters, the way it goes together is you put the 4 casters on the bottom, then you stick, I personally put the 4 legs on to the top unit, then I put them onto the bottom unit, and I was lucky enough to be putting it together on my workbench, then I just load it down. Yeah, so you can see, this is the Felder bag change system. If you've ever owned a proper dust extractor, you'll know how irritating it is to change the bags. These they pop up, it comes up through here, folds over the edges, you just lift it up, pop one on in, second one in, and it's done. And then, I don't know if you can see in there, there's a huge heavy duty, I think made from what, 3 or 4 mil steel plate impeller, which is obviously spun by this huge big old 2.2 kilowatt motor, which needs wiring up. And yeah, that's it really. And oh, and you can see how big the filter is. Look at it, compared the height of it compared to the height of my workbench. But yeah, so we'll get the filter assembly all made up. I'll show you what it looks like inside, and then cool. Okay, so I thought I would show this to you because this is just, I mean, this is just Felder all over, right? So these are the paddles for this, which obviously you've got a thing that comes down here, 2 handles, and then you spin it round and it moves and shakes all this and drops all the dust out, right? The unit that we have over here, this has got like 2 flexi flappy paddles made of like thin plastic. These are what? That's 4 mil steel plate there, with some nice brushes on the end. I guess that's just to make sure that they get all of the dust out of it. Big old, like, what's this? Big old, well, it looks like 1/4 inch, so 6 mil maybe, steel bars for your to grab hold of and spin round. And this is how it all goes together if anybody is interested. So there's this piece. Oh, if I took my hands off of it, wouldn't it? And then this piece. But yeah, cool. Right, I'll get this together and then we'll have a look. Okay, so unit is all assembled, and I thought what I'd do is I'd do a side-by-side comparison of the two. So obviously we've got the Charnwood W691 here, cheapest chips. Felder AF16, not cheapest chips. But, like I said before, not a bad unit for a hobby grade really. And it held up fairly well for what we have in here. And then, obviously, fully assembled AF16. Now, a couple of things to bear in mind. On the bigger unit, the 22, I think you can flip this upside down so the inlet port comes from the top. Can't do it with this model. So that's one thing to bear in mind. The other one is you need to have a 16 amp supply. So it comes without a plug. I've been and picked this up this morning, fitted that. I'm going to run the cable in through here and down and drop it, and we're going to have 2 16 amp sockets there. And I'm going to do that, and then Sparky's going to come check it and connect it all up. So yeah, so that's worth bearing in mind. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. Now just going to get all of this section at the back here trimmed down, sorted, fixed, and squared away. Happy days. So it's Sunday night. I just realised I haven't done an outro for the video. I had originally planned to do it all in one, but obviously things were a little bit more complicated, a little bit more involved, and I wanted to make sure that you guys saw everything that might be of value to you. Please do me a favour, if you could like the video, subscribe, drop us a comment below to let me know what you think to it. That would be awesome. It really helps me, especially the comments. You know, I genuinely want to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, what do you think to the extractor, right? That thing's a bit of a beast, isn't it? Compared to that Charnwood, that thing is huge, man. So, check out the next video, you'll see the ducting going in, and maybe we'll have it running. All depends whether the spark can get over to us this week or not, but fingers crossed we can. You'll take it easy, you have a good evening, and have an awesome week. Alright? And I shall see you next time.